Hi, this is Norv Leong of FaceTime Communications. Thanks for joining me today. Today's demo will cover FaceTime's capabilities in the area of social networking. Specifically, I'll be talking about Twitter and its feature access and content controls. As a little backgrounder, FaceTime helps you take advantage of the social networking tools that are out there by delivering enterprise solutions that provide unified security, management, and compliance across the broadest set of applications and modalities. In our new Socialite offering, FaceTime now makes available controls for social networks for Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. For example, you can now control which applets users can access on Facebook, what they can post to Twitter, and whether they can make recommendations on LinkedIn, just to name a few examples. Now, these capabilities enable organizations to comply with the slew of governmental rules and regulations that are floating around out there. These are things such as FINRA, the NFA, the FRCP, as well as other industry guidelines. And if you're using social media for business purposes, you can archive the information that users have posted in order to comply with, for instance, Sarbanes-Oxley, as well as prevailing business practices. So in today's demo, I'll show you Twitter's feature access and content controls, which essentially enable you to manage how your users access and post content to Twitter. For instance, you can restrict access to certain applets within Twitter, but allow access to others. Access could be restricted at the organization, the group, or even the individual level. So let's imagine that you wish to block access to Twitter retweets or Twitter replies. You'll log into the FaceTime Unified Security Gateway console, which you see here in front of you. And you'll be immediately presented with this dashboard. This is our bird's eye overview of what's going on in your corporate network with respect to the social networking activity. It captures such information as the top applications being accessed. Not surprisingly, you see Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter are very well represented. Also captures information on your employees, like who's accessing which site and for how long, and we divvied up by pie charts or other graphical means as well. And we also capture the more mundane, licensing information or disk usage data. But for purposes of this demo, you want to click on Policies, and here you see a list of the 13 policies currently in effect for the corporate network. I went ahead and created a Demo Me policy beforehand just to save a little bit of time. This is the page where you can set the parameters for, say, the time range of the policy to be in effect. I've set it to be enforcing the employees or enforcing the policies Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 Pacific time, which is normal business hours. But you can also customize it to be in effect basically every day of the week, including the weekend, 24/7. It doesn't necessarily have to be 8 to 5. So this is the page where you would make those types of changes. You can also select certain groups to be impacted by a particular policy. If you just want HR or maybe just marketing or maybe just finance to be impacted by a policy, this is where you can list them out. Even more granular, you can actually single out certain employees. And in this demo today, that employee is me. I've singled out myself to be the only one impacted by this particular policy that I'm working on right now. So we click on the Social Networking tab in order to set the exact feature controls that we want for Twitter, and here you see a listing of the types of features within Twitter that we allow or block access to. You're all familiar with like Twitter favorites, Twitter followers, following, and so on. Over here, the post controls. These are basically the only two ways that you can post content or upload content to Twitter. The stuff over here is more like the read-only type of capabilities. So I've selected to block Twitter send message or Twitter replies, as well as the Twitter retweets. Once you've made all your selections, you simply hit save, click OK. Do a little quick scan here. Everything looks okay with my policy. Hit save. And you do a double check to make sure that the policy is turned on. It's enabled with a green check mark, and so we're good to go. And so from an end user perspective, and this is my own Twitter page, and let's say if you wanted to reply to somebody that you're following, hit reply, and then you're immediately greeted with this website restricted by company policy. So this basically tells the user that, hey, you were denied access based on the policies that were established by the administrator. You're not allowed to reply to any specific tweets. So that's essentially how the policy is enforced with the FaceTime solutions. The controls that I've shown you here today are the same as our existing capabilities for IM or instant messaging and unified communications, except what I've shown you today is Twitter specific. The messages are now recorded and the data can be easily retained or exported to an email archive of your choice in order to satisfy e-discovery requirements. Further demos on the full feature access and content control functionality is also available. If you'd like to see demos not just for Twitter but for also Facebook or LinkedIn, that's also doable. You can visit our website at www.facetime.com or give us a holler at 888-349-3223 or shoot us an email at info@facetime.com, and we'll definitely get you set up for an evaluation for any of these 3 sites. So that'll wrap it up for today. Thanks for joining me, and hope to see you soon. Thanks. Bye.